Hello and welcome back to another video. Yes, it is Scrawlr challenge time and I'm so behind on these at the moment. So this is box 111. This is the box from November. And so we're revisiting it. I'll put a link in the descriptions to the unboxing, so if you want to go and remind yourself about that. So I'm going to take all these bits out and we will look at what the Scrawlr challenge for this month is and then get underway with it. Okay, so we had the gouache from Winsor & Newton in the permanent yellow deep, permanent alizarin crimson and Prussian blue. So basically full primary colours there. So I've got palette. This was from one of the previous boxes. Water there. We have our brush, which has gone a bit weird. Yeah, a bit of water in it, reshape it. That's fine. Okay, so watercolour paper. Our Scrawlr challenge was Mythical monsters. And as always, I go away and I have a bit of a plan. So I thought of dragons, and then I thought of the colours, and I haven't really done one for a Scrawlr challenge. We would go with a phoenix. I think because you've got the yellows and the reds in there. But yeah, I thought it'd been quite nice to do some feather textures and things. So I am going to sketch it out first with my H pencil. I will fast forward through this bit because quite honestly it might take a bit of time, and I will speak to you again once we have got it sketched out. Okay. Okay, so that is our basic sketch for the phoenix. More of it will come together as the paint goes on, and I may use a fine liner, which I didn't come with the box, but to put more detail in. But we shall see. So I'm going to start by putting down a wash of the yellow wash from the gouache. You can water it down, so it doesn't have to be thick like this. This was just because I didn't have a palette and I was playing just to see what colours we could do. So it's a bit like, you can kind of make it a bit watercoloury by watering it down. I mean, it's still going to be a nice rich colour. I'm not worried too much if it goes outside the lines, just because it's a bird and it's quite fluidy where I want it. Just try and keep the general shape. this brush is really good for that kind of feather point. I'm going to try and avoid going on the beak and the eye, but the good thing with gouache is it does go over the top, so if I really need to, I can just make it a bit darker and go over. That's going down quite nicely. You can water it out a bit, make it thinner where you want it. I'm going to not put too much around the tail at the moment. Just some general shapes. Okay, so that is just my basic coat. As I go, I'm going to kind of gradually build the layers up, gradually making it more and more kind of orange and orangey. So I'm going to put some of the alizarin crimson here, and I'm going to gradually add bits to the yellow. I'm not going to kind of just mix it up all at once. Out you come. So it will literally start with a small amount mixed in, which is already gone. There we go. We've got a nice kind of orange there. The thing is, with it being alizarin crimson, it's a little bit, it's not pure red. It wouldn't be the red I'd choose necessarily. There we go. That's a nice orange. If you can, I'm hoping you can see that without it the light reflecting too badly on it. And this is kind of where you start to add in a bit more colour, a bit more controlled. Right, so I'm going to kind of let you watch this without me chatting. I might speed it up a little bit just as I build up all the layers, and then I will speak to you again in a little bit. Okay, so that is where we're at the moment. I've built up kind of the oranges and that. I now need to do the beak, the eye and the legs. So I am going to use the blue. I'm not really going to water it down because I want the kind of the solid colour. Actually, I really don't like that. That's really annoyed me. Let me see if I can kind of tap it off. Nope, it's not going to come off. Oh well. Sometimes you do things and it annoys how it comes out. There's not a lot you can do once you get to this stage. Don't mind the legs, it's the beak and that. I'm thinking I should have kept to a fine liner and just done that. Right. I got a fine liner. This came with the last box that we had. I'm just kind of hoping I can pull some of it back a little bit. I know it's a bit cheaty because we didn't have fine liner in the box. I wouldn't normally do it, but I think it needs something. Still into just taking the paint off at the moment. Just to kind of define the head if nothing else. I think I'm going to leave it actually, because I think the more I'm doing to it, the more I'm not liking it. And that kind of, the fine liner doesn't want to work now. Yeah. Oh well. So I'm going to leave it there, I think. I may have a look at it again before you see the video. But I'm going to leave the video here as well, and I'll put the finished piece up at the end as I always do. Yeah, it's nice, different medium to use. Nice. Winsor & Newton are brilliant at what they do, and I really like this brush, which is a bit out of shape now. But it's quite useful for the effect of the feathers. Yeah, I think that we needed something like a fine liner or a dark, something we could do a bit of lining with, because I mean, using the same paintbrush as well all the time, it's not always easy to get like a fine line. But that's just me. Obviously different people, different opinions. But yeah, I've enjoyed it. And that's all I've got for now. So, as always, thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, it really helps me out. Link in the description to all the socials and my Etsy shop. And yeah, I think that's everything. So take care, and I will see you soon for another video. Goodbye.